It was an ambush. That girl that I just asked who she was, she came walking out of the library right as I was approaching the library doors. Looked at me sideways and started punching buttons on her phone. Walked over to a vehicle and turned around and walked away from it and back to the library and sat on that bench out there while that maintenance woman was probably just sent over there to make a phone call on that payphone. So, I went through that before, and when I did, well, she's gone now. I mean, the guys who did it before, they were so ridiculous. They were actually, you see them looking at each other, waiting for their cue, for the guy walking out of away from the building to look at me. Yep. It's a gray. She went to a gray 4-door. Let me see what the plates are on it. She's still, yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Mazda Tribute. She's just looking in the window. So they're just queuing off of each other, and one of them's making a phone call right after the other one walks out of the library as I'm approaching the door. And the one walking out of the library always puts a phone to their ear, starts using a phone, puts a phone to their ear. And then the second one goes in and makes a phone call on the payphone. So they're faking something. And I've been through that a lot here at the LSU library too, plus the guy sitting in the corner. He was in a gray Sorrento. Coughed 3 times real loud, real loud like that, with his window down. I didn't even see him. He was facing the opposite direction. Didn't cough any after that. I go through that a lot, the single cough, you know, where there's no coughing before by that person, there's none afterwards. You know, and a lot of times it's like he started to cough as soon as I got out of my vehicle. But a lot of times if I'm on foot, they'll do the single cough right when I'm walking past them. You know, so it's fabrication of evidence, and it's all fake. I got it all on video. So somebody who thinks they're Tony Mendez and is clever enough to do that is doing this in broad daylight and doesn't think that it matters. You know, as long as they get their cues the right way, then that's all that matters to them. And they're nursemaiding some type of phone calls, you know. That's all I know. You know, is what it looks like, you know, and it's all got to do with some type of cell phone calls to document stuff or fake phone calls or something. Then when I went and sat at the computer, that guy went over to the guy sitting right next to me and immediately started telling him how to do something on the computer. I didn't have to do anything on the computer but print out more resumes, and I changed one line on my resume to include Linwood Charter School. As my employer since 2012 also, so so, you know, it's that's all it is somebody that's following me with a GPS tracker or something on my vehicle and then places these informants around me. And that girl that I talked to, she sat outside on that bench with the phone up to her ear for the longest time, for the whole time that I was sitting there till I walked out, with the phone to her ear. So she walked out to her vehicle and turned around and walked back. I'm pretty sure, you know, these aren't just coincidences. If you're talking about a schizophrenic, you'd be talking about a point of reference delusion, where schizophrenics see patterns and they think that means something sinister. Well, you know, so what? They're doing that. Okay. Well, all I'm saying is the same thing over and over again, and these aren't just people that happen to be walking by. I'm getting sideways glances from them and stuff, and that maintenance woman that went in there and started using that payphone, when I asked her about the payphone, she got real guarded. Oh, I didn't know y'all had a payphone in this area. You know, and that day that I called campus security about it, they came over, and the cop asked me if I wanted to be a snitch for the cops or a Shreveport police officer. I've never said I wanted to be a police officer. I would not be able to do that job and do this to people. I have never said to anyone ever that I want to be a police officer. That has never come out of my mouth, and that's an accusation that's supposed to say that I'm bipolar, schizophrenic. People that are bipolar always think that there's conspiracy by the authorities. And, well, guess what? There are conspiracies by the authorities that actually do transpire. You know, so I'm not just saying that to defend myself, but they're making this stuff up. I've never said I want to be a police officer. I've never said that to anybody. I have no desire to do it, and I've never, ever even applied to be a police officer. You know, that's not something I have any interest in doing. So, I would never do it. I couldn't do what these cops do to people, what they've done to me and my son. And being honest about it, if that's the way they do things here, why would you want to work for them? Because I'd be in the locker room beating the shit out of the cops for what they've done to people like me and my son. I would bait them till they were in traction for 6 months for what they've done to me and my son. If I was a police officer and I had a badge, oh my God, what I would do. You know, you give me a break. I don't want to be a cop, and I've worked with cops in the public school system that are respectful and do the right thing. And then there's the ones who don't. Whoever's doing this to me is a shitbag and a half. Nobody's ever supervised me. Nobody sat at my computer with me and told me how to do something. That was all just fabricated, and I got it all on video. Way to go, 00 dumb fuck. You're a fucking genius. Really. They use those coughs as some type of cue of something. I don't know. That's all I can tell. As soon as I get out of my vehicle, then they cough. Okay. And these are civilians being used. They're being told what to do. They sent that maintenance woman over there just like they did all the other people before that. And they go in there and they make a phone call and they fake it. So, you know, that's it.